Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream, and I'm going to do our August the 19th just for today in a meditation. I hope you're doing well this morning. It's good to be with you. Let's see what the title of the meditation is. Give me just a second here, guys. The title of today's meditation for August 19th is First Things First. And it says, we apply effort to our most obvious problems and let go of the rest. We do the job at hand, and as we progress, new opportunities for improvement present themselves. Now, that comes from our basic text, page 54. If you want to grab your book, it says here, it's been said that recovery is simple. All we've got to do, all we've got to change, rather, is everything. That can seem a pretty tall order, especially when we first arrive in Narcotics Anonymous. After all, not many of us showed up at our first meeting because our lives were in great shape. On the contrary, a great many of us came to NA in the midst of the worst crises of our lives. We needed recovery and quick. The enormity of the change required in our lives can be paralyzing. We know we can't take care of all that needs to be done, not all at once. How do we start? Chances are we've already started. We've done the first, most obvious things that needed to be done. We stopped using drugs and we started going to meetings. What do we do next? Pretty much the same thing, just more of it. From where we are, we do what we can. We walk the path of recovery by picking up our feet and taking the step that's right in front of us. Only when that's been accomplished must we concern ourselves with what comes next. Slowly but surely, we'll find ourselves making progress down the path, visibly drawing closer each day to becoming the kind of person we'd like to be. Just for today, I will walk the path of my recovery by taking the first right in front of me, right? By taking the first step right in front of me. I like that. It's a little tongue-tied this morning, but we get the point, right? Let's go ahead and take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. I like this meditation, you guys. I really do. I like this meditation because we're talking about a group of people, myself included, that, drugs was everything. Drugs replace everything. Even if we wanted it to or not, it did. It took over every area of our lives. So if we were individuals that were used to spending time with family, we now had become individuals that avoided family. Family is very important to me. You can use any example of your own that you want, where drugs, using drugs took you away from being who you thought you were. And there's nothing worse than looking in the mirror and seeing that individual that you've become because of your drug addiction, right? Looking in the mirror, seeing myself um, unhealthy, angry, no peace, vindictive, ready to fight at the drop of a hat. There's nothing worse than looking in the mirror and seeing a person that you would hope never to meet, and to come to find out you're that individual. But Narcotics Anonymous is a process. It has some simple suggestions, right? Stop using drugs. It's not necessarily simple to do, but just don't pick it up. If you don't pick it up, you can't get high. And I wouldn't care if you were in a room full of people that were getting high. If you personally don't pick it up, you're not going to get high, right? Um, and make meetings and then do more of that. You become the individual that you truly wanted to become by taking those first few steps. And they're very simple, right? They're very simple to do, but they have such a large harvest, right? You put forth the effort, and what you get back as a result in recovery is a lot more than I anticipated. It'd be a lot more than you anticipated. But here's the thing. Here's what, we say around here. There's only one thing that you need to change, and then we say that's everything. I think that scares people sometimes, but it's the truth. And the enormity of the change that is required in our lives, right, is paralyzing. Oftentimes, it's very paralyzing, right? Just like the second paragraph states, it can be paralyzing. I get that. I get that. I understand that. I know that you're wondering about, if you're going to be able to maintain the relationship that you were in, or are they really done with you, right? I know that you're wondering, am I going to be able to see my kids, or is the system going to take them and, remove my parental rights? I know that. Is this marriage going to work? Am I going to be able to be the father or the mother that I am supposed to be? I've messed up everything. I've been using and no one wants to deal with me. I get it. I get it. But listen, you can only do what you can do. And what I do know that you can do is not pick up drugs. See, we don't get a pass on that. I know for a fact that it is possible to stop using drugs, no matter how bad of an addict we are. I know that it is possible to stop. It is possible to stop for a moment. It's possible to stop for an hour. It's possible to stop for half a day. It's possible to stop for a full day, right? Those cravings, all of that can be conquered. It's possible to do the next right thing for the right reason, and the next right thing for us, for the right reason for us. Come on, somebody, right? Is to not pick up the drug. Don't get high and make meetings. And the next steps after that seem like they just illuminate themselves. They just seem to stand out after you take the first two steps, not making meeting. I mean, not using drugs and making meetings, excuse me. When you take those first two steps, it seems like the next step becomes obvious. You'll find yourself sitting in a meeting thinking about getting a sponsor. I mean, it might be different for different people, but I guarantee you that if you do just what this meditation indicates that we need to do, first things first, everything else will fall into place. Hmm. I won't waste my time telling you nothing wrong. My name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you. I hope that you will have a beautiful day on purpose. You know why? Because you deserve it. And if you don't do it for yourself, nobody else is going to. So let's go ahead and get it, y'all. Have a beautiful day.